Alright, ladies and gents, I've seen The Black Phone 2 and I really liked it. So we're here to talk about it. We're here to review it, of course. Why wouldn't we be? I reviewed Black Phone 1. I actually really liked that film. Thought it was one of those... It was a surprise hit for me. I don't think... well, maybe some people thought it was going to do well. But I remember it kind of coming out and taking people by surprise. And I think the same thing can be said for this one. Because I don't think anyone was realistically expecting this movie to even happen. Right, Black Phone ended. It ended, right? Like it was a good one and done. And then they announced that they're going to make a sequel. And they built upon the mythos. And I tell you what, I think they did a really good job. A really good job. And Ethan Hawke as the grabber, now from Beyond the Grave, was superb. He's such a great... He's just a great actor, isn't he? Multi-talented individual is Ethan Hawke. But I think he did a bang-up job. Like a really, really, really good job. He's very, very sinister. Very, very, very sinister. He did very good job in the first one and then followed it up with this. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm down for this. Yeah, it's good. Very, very good. So, what happened? Basically, Grabber's back. Finney and Gwen effectively get lured out to a camp, right? And I think it was Camp Alpine Lake, if I remember rightly, or Camp Alpine or something like that. Basically, top north somewhere, top where it's somewhere it's cold. And basically, the grabber is back. The grabber has orchestrated all of this, in effect. And he's back from Beyond the Grave. He's got new powers, I guess. Because he's back from Beyond the Grave. So he does have powers. And it's effectively where he began. Where he began his journey as the grabber. And so Finn and Gwen have to solve his first murders. Effectively, find the bodies. And it's bloody gross, man. Like, it's really, really disgusting. Some of the kills in this, the gore was, it was nasty. Not in like a gratuitous way, right? Like it wasn't gratuitously gory. It was well done, but you were like, whoa, yeah, that's full on. And it was full on. So, we then sort of scroll all the way through this movie and we're learning how, effectively, they're quite intertwined. The grabber and the family, they are intertwined. The curse that they both have to a degree, you know, being able to hear people from the dead or dream situations, past, present, future, beyond the grave. It's how they're all intertwined, and it's a gift. It's not a curse, but we learn a little bit more about it. I actually really appreciated how they built up the mythos, like how they just sort of built it out. I thought it was really well done. And one thing I really appreciated about this was stylistically, right? Stylistically, this was great. Who is this directed by? Scott Derrickson. That's not a massive surprise. Scott Derrickson has done very, very good things before. I believe he was behind Insidious, if I remember rightly. Personally, actually, one of my favourite horror films. I think Insidious is great. Like, really bloody good film. And Scott Derrickson is quite a unique director. Quite a unique director. There are shades of Kubrick about him, right? There are shades of it. And there's shades of that in this. But not quite. It's really well done, actually. And, you know, if you're familiar with Insidious... Is it Insidious? I think it is Insidious. No. Sinister. That's the one. Sinister. My bad. With Bagul. There's shades of that in this. And there was actually in the first one. But it's very Kubrick-esque. Sinister, not Insidious. Don't roast me down below. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good film. I thought it was really well done. Good pace. It doesn't get straight into it, which I actually really appreciated. It's about 2 hours long, give or take. Give or take 2 hours long. And it doesn't get right into the mix of things. It gives you about half an hour of setup. Ish. Which is actually a really long time for a sequel, you would think, and this is why I'm pro this sequel as opposed to other sequels. You would think if they were just trying to do a cash grab, they would get like straight back into the fray. Here's the grabber. Here, oh, he's doing this. Blah blah blah. Murder mystery, and then that would be the rest of the movie, right? But they don't. They spend quite a long time crafting a narrative and catching you up to speed on where these people are in their lives again. They're suffering from PTSD, trauma, bit like, like legit trauma, right? Like this guy was held captive and stuff, so it's pretty mental. And I think that they spent their time actually writing this. That's what it seems like to me, anyway. It seems like they spent their time writing this, and they really tried to make something good, and they succeeded. It's a good film. It's a bloody decent film. I really like it. I really like it. Some of the kills are just gruesome and grotesque, but all in all, it's kind of it's effectively like a nice modern horror movie that I think will probably stand the test of time to a degree. There's very few of those around in this day and age, right? There's very few modern horror films that you'll watch, I don't know, 10 years' time and go, oh, that's still really good. I think this will hold up. It's just a good horror movie. And the thing is, it's not trying to tell anything deeper other than a good story centered around characters that they spend some time actually building up and building a story around them, which I think is super important. Character development is few and far between in this day and age, and especially in horror movies as well. But I think they did a really good job. And again, Ethan Hawke, I can't stress that enough. Ethan Hawke's great. Bloody, what a great actor. Solid actor. And actually, Mason Thames is the guy who plays Finn, or Finny. And Madeline McGraw is the individual that plays Gwen, his sister. And they did a great job. Really, really good. Good film. Would recommend. And even Jeremy Davies, who plays Terence, their father. He did a great job as well. An honourable mention, Demian Bashir. Haven't seen him for a while, but he's in this. And he was good as well. Good movie. It's no wonder this is making a lot of money at the box office right now, because it's just a decent film. It's not going to win any Oscars by any stretch of the imagination, but the score's good, the cinematography is good, it's fairly unique, and all in all, it doesn't seem like a cash grab. And also, it's not trying to lecture me on anything. And that's, do you know what I mean? Like, I welcome that. Don't lecture me. Right, if I want that, I'd go to a therapist or some shit. So if you've seen it, let me know down below what you think of it. If you haven't, go watch it. I think you'll like it. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye now.